You're listening to Main Character Manifesto. Around here, it's simple. Eat what you love, move with purpose, think bigger, and show the hell up. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hello, hello, hello. I really felt the need and the call to talk about those feelings. Whenever you're feeling stuck and you feel like you know that you're supposed to be doing something, but you don't know why you're not doing it, even though you know exactly how to do it, that's what I want to talk about today. I have had so many things on my plate, sewing projects, and instead of just picking one and starting, I have been freezing. And this has been feeling very familiar to me, like that overwhelming feeling that just hits all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden, you're like, I don't want to do anything. I had all these things to do and I maybe got one done and I didn't even get all of my steps in. And you guys already know how diligent I have been the last year about making sure that I get my movement in. I will say this maybe in every episode that you will ever hear from me, how important incorporating movement into your life truly is. With that said, with those feelings that I had, with the feeling of overwhelm, I then thought to myself, wait, this is exactly what I need to talk about in the podcast because I know I'm not alone in this. If you've ever looked at your to-do list, felt your chest tighten, and then watch yourself scroll on your iPhone or on your computer or just watching TV like a zombie, instead of doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, this episode is for you. So here's what happens, right? You wake up knowing what you need to do. You've got the list. You tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do this and then this. But when the time actually comes to sit down and start, your brain goes totally like, nope, we're not doing this. And then anxiety kicks in, and then the task suddenly feels like 10 times harder than it actually is. And even though you know you're capable and you've done hard things before, you just don't get it done. And then it happens. The guilt spiral starts. Why can't I just do this? What's wrong with me? I should be further than this by now. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Because that has been for me the cycle that I have been in and out of my whole life. And I believe that that has to do with some sort of anxiety or just overthinking, overanalyzing, really making myself worked up over nothing. And here's what I want you to hear. You're not lazy. You're overwhelmed. That's just it. There's too much on your plate. When you have 100 things on your plate and your brain doesn't see the checklist, it sees a mountain. And instead of climbing, it shuts down to protect you. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do. The problem is that you're trying to hold everything in at once instead of choosing the one thing at a time. And let me tell you, let's figure out what actually has helped me and what could potentially help you also. So let me share what has actually helped me get unstuck when I'm feeling in this place. These are the things that I come back to time and time again. Okay, so number one, I look back at my track record. When I'm stuck, I remind myself, I've done hard things before. I've built things from nothing. I've shown up when I didn't feel like it. I've pushed through the moments where I wanted to quit. And if I did then, why can't I do that now? So here's your first action step. All right. This is your first little bit of to do. Write 3 things down that you've accomplished that once felt impossible. Put that list somewhere that you can see it. Your past is proof that you're capable of more than your brain is telling you right in this moment. Then, number two, you're going to anchor yourself with a non negotiable. I talked about this in the last episode, so I won't go deep, but I have mentioned it because it is foundational. When my basics are locked in, which is my sleep, my workouts, my meals, everything else becomes easier. I have more energy, more clarity, more capacity to actually do the hard stuff. When those slip, I spiral even faster. So if you're stuck and everything feels chaotic, ask yourself, have I been taking care of the basics? Here's your action step. Identify 3 non negotiables, the things that when you do them consistently, make everything else easier. Commit to protecting those this week, okay? Pay attention. And number 3, pick one thing. This is the big one. When I'm overwhelmed, my instinct is to try and tackle everything at once. And that's exactly what keeps me stuck. What actually works is removing everything from my mental plate and choosing the easiest thing I can do right now. Not the most important, not the most urgent, but the easiest. Honestly, this is like such a big one. Picking the easiest thing. It might just be like putting your clothes in the laundry or making your bed, brushing your teeth, making breakfast. After that one step, you can pick another easy thing and then you can build on that. Because once you do that one thing, you will build momentum, and momentum is everything. Okay, here's another action step. Right now, or after this episode, write down everything that's on your plate. Then circle the one thing, the one easiest thing that you can do today, and just do that one first. I also want you to consider using this next technique I'm going to tell you about. Use this 2-minute rule. This one is simple but super powerful. If you're avoiding something, tell yourself, I'm just going to do this for 2 minutes. Not finish it, not do it perfectly, just start it for 2 minutes. What happens to your brain is once you're in motion, the resistance fades. And starting is the hardest part. Once you're moving, it's easier to keep going. Here's an action step for you to pair that with a 2-minute rule. You set a timer for 2 minutes and then you begin the task that you've been avoiding. And that's it, 2 minutes. Like for me, when I do this, I've actually done this at the gym. I have told myself, just change, just go into the gym, walk for 5 minutes. And if you want to leave after those 5 minutes, you can. You did your job. But let me tell you, 100% of the time, when I get dressed in my gym clothes and I walk into that gym and I set the timer for 5 minutes and I start walking for 5 minutes, not only do I end up walking for at least 30 minutes on an incline, now I just did my cardio and I'm sweating and I'm getting that in. But then also I end up having way more energy and I end up staying and doing another workout. Another thing is stop waiting to feel ready. This one took me a long time to learn. I used to think I needed to feel motivated before I could start. Like inspiration would strike suddenly and then I'd be ready. But that's not how it works. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. You don't feel ready and then do the thing. You do the thing and then you start to feel ready. You get it? Doesn't that make total sense? The resistance that you feel right now, that's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you care. It means something matters to you. So feel the resistance and move anyways. Here's your action step. Identify one thing that you've been waiting to feel ready for. Commit to doing it imperfectly this week. Not when you're ready, but before you feel ready. Okay, let's do a quick little recap because today's episode, yes, although it is a shorter episode than others, let me tell you, it is powerful because the way that I was feeling so stuck the last couple of days and even this morning, I felt like, oh, it was just like icky. And let me tell you, there was a full eclipse blood moon today at 333 in our West Coast area. I am in Napa, California, and I don't know, but I felt the ick. And you know what I did? I pushed through anyways. I said, what is the one thing that you could do right now? Easy. Put my gym clothes. What is the next best thing easy that you can do? I got my phone and I started to do one easy task. I knew I had all of these things to do. I knew I had to record the podcast. I knew I had to pitch myself, which I have so many things to tell you guys. I am also putting myself out there so that I am pitching to brands and I am pitching to people that I want to work with and I'm pitching myself to projects because these projects are not going to come to me unless I put myself in those situations. I want to expand my horizons. I want to put myself in rooms where I would not normally be invited to because they don't know about me. It's not because they wouldn't hire me or they wouldn't normally work with me. It's because they don't know about me. So my job is to make them know who I am and what I do and what I can provide for them. That is our job. That is your job. That's literally like my life's purpose. It's all of our life's purpose to walk in your truth and tell people what you love to do and then do that. And then they will come to you. But if you don't openly speak about it, then no one's going to know. All right. So, anyways, I'm so proud of myself. I pitched myself to 3 people today, and it's not even about waiting for the response. The fact that I put it together, that I sent these emails, that I did the work, that I did the research, that I know that I'm capable. I know that if these 3 don't work out, something else is going to come my way because at the end of the day, it's about making the connections that put you in the room to get you to the place that you want to be. So here's what I want you to take with you. 1, look at your track record. You've done harder things before and you can do them again. 2, protect your non-negotiables. Number 3, clear the plate and pick one thing. Pick the easiest thing that you have and then start there, and then you will build momentum. Number 4, use the 2-minute rule. Just begin and then momentum will follow. And number 5, stop waiting to feel ready. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. If you're still feeling stuck right now, I want you to know you're not behind, you're not overwhelmed, and that's something we can work with. I'm literally working through this alongside with you as we speak. You're not alone. I'm literally right here with you. That's why I recorded this episode, not because I have it all figured out, but because I am in it with you too. So I want to share what has been working for me so that I can help other people and so that you don't feel alone. So here's my challenge for you. DM me on Instagram and tell me one thing that you've been avoiding, and I want to hear it. I want to cheer you on. And when you finally do, I'm going to be here so happy and rooting you on so that you keep taking those steps towards achieving those goals and living that life that you have been dreaming about. You got this. I believe in you. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.